Hey guys, Ralph here. First thing here in the morning. It's not even 4 o'clock yet, so I can't be honking double C's. I'll try to get something up later on today. But I put up much this same video for my health and fitness channel. You'll love this. You'll love this. Listen to this. Listen to the cardio I get in 20 seconds of kettlebell. Now remember, I can go out on my bike and do a 200K bike ride. That's the kind of VO2 max that I have built up. But I do it, believe it or not, for the kettlebell, not the bike. Anyway, I didn't get anything up yesterday. Guys, I have been so busy making up lessons and clients and everything from my last week of inactivity. So I'll try to get something up this afternoon, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Enter the kettlebell. I'm going to leave the link down below for Pavel's Enter the Kettlebell video. Now, he's got dozens of books out, and I've read them all. Guys, he is the most knowledgeable guy out there for strength and conditioning, and it's specifically through kettlebells. Now, the reason that I'm doing this, as you know, I do believe it is an extraordinary exercise. It's for anybody. But for trumpet players, it is so appropriate for getting the compression. This is absolutely the best thing you can do to simulate the compression at the top of the thing. Now, you notice all the hissing that I did, and you'll see that Pavel does that as well in the video. It is a how-to video, and it does not, he's the first one to tell you, it does not replace an actual instructor giving you instructions. For that, you must go to a Pavel-trained instructor in your area. I can do it over the Skype. I am also certified by Pavel to do such a thing. And again, I've done it dozens of times with my students, and it works out beautifully via Skype, just like the trumpet lessons do. And I can, and I do regularly, incorporate that into the trumpet lesson if you so choose. Now, I met Pavel in person, and it was very interesting because when I started with my kettlebell training with my instructor Wendy, who lives right about 20 minutes away, who was certified by Pavel, I told her that I couldn't believe how much this simulates trumpet playing. And I brought it in for her once, and I did some deadlifts, and I did some swings, and then I honked a couple double C's, and she couldn't believe the power and the intensity and everything. Because, believe it or not, her brother is a trumpet player. Amateur, club dates around Connecticut and all that sort of stuff, but she couldn't believe the difference in what I sounded like and what he sounded like. He didn't want to hear anything I had to say on the subject. Can lead a horse to water. But anyway, she could believe, and she is certified by Pavel, met him. She contacted Pavel, emailed him, and told him about what I was doing. And he emailed me and asked me what it was all about. And he has what is called the what the heck effect. How kettlebell, influences different parts of people's lives. Walking upstairs, shoveling snow, raking leaves, things like this. So anyway, he was absolutely fascinated with the whole thing about the compression and everything. So when I went to get my certification, I went up and introduced myself to him, and he actually had me do a workshop, a very short workshop, even though I didn't have my trumpet with me, on what I was talking about. And when he found out I was a writer as well, and I think I've told all of you one other time, for many years, I was a health and fitness columnist for a major major Connecticut newspaper. Now it's all syndicated, and believe it or not, Dr. Oz replaced me in the mom and pop version of this newspaper. But anyway, I digress. When he found out I was a writer, he had me literally write an article for his Dragon Door publications. So he was very, very fascinated by the whole thing. But, and again, this is close to an hour, the video. And unless you're into such things, you don't have to watch the whole thing. That's not the point at all. But first of all, I want you to, first of all, his father, believe it or not, was a professor in Russia, okay? And you watch the way either his father coached him in how to do this how-to video, or it just rubbed off. Because the way he spaces out the lesson plan, for lack of a better term, and I know there are some teachers out here, is just textbook 101 of how to teach a certain subject. The subject happened to be kettlebell, but he could have passed a master's degree in education with the way he explains and demonstrates and sets up his lesson plan. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I showed it to my wife, who's also a 2 master's degrees in education, and she agrees with me. It's tremendous. Also, his mother, believe it or not, was a dancer at the famous Bolshoi Ballet in Russia. Now, if you look at his physique, I'll get to that in a second. If you look at his physique, he is not roided up, and unless you specifically work to put on slabs of muscle, which you can with kettlebell, this is the wiry type of physique, that you get with kettlebell. This is what you end up looking like, your genetic version of Pavel. And you see, he's not this hulking monster, but he can deadlift 700 pounds and immediately drop into some of the most incredible side and flat split center splits you have ever seen in your life. The flexibility is off the charts. I guess he got the genes from his mother. But, yeah. Anyway, now he was in Russia before he defected and came over. He was in Russia, believe it or not, an instructor for the Russian Army Special Operations Forces. Guys, he was training the Russian Rambos, the Navy SEALs, for lack of a better term. I mean, this is an extremely knowledgeable guy that just really knows his stuff. And he comes out, comrade, I will teach you, enjoy the pain, that type of thing. He comes off like that, but he's very funny, actually. One thing that I can't stand, we had discussions about this, his diet is an absolute mess. And we talked about it, and he says, I know it, Ralph. I don't care, I like it. He walks around with coffee all day long, doesn't eat a thing, and has one meal a day at night, and it's steak. And if it was up to him, all he would eat was steak. His wife insists he eats some vegetables, occasionally potato and all this sort of stuff. I know it, Ralph. I don't care. I don't have time to graze all day. I have better things to do. I mean, steak. Well, anyway, I tried to get him eating fruits and vegetables, but I digress. And I kidded him. I said, dude, we're about the same age. I have more hair than you. You're stronger than me, but I have more. Ah, funny, comrade. Anyway, he's a very nice guy, and so knowledgeable. that I thought you might get a kick out of this. Now, the hiss that I was talking about at the top of each kettlebell swing, or whatever, that is a kettlebell thing. That's not me. That's not me trying to incorporate a spit buzz into kettlebell. That is, if you go to a certification, every single one of them is hissing like you wouldn't believe. And I guarantee you, give me a month with Pavel, I could have him playing double Cs. Not that he'd be a great trumpet player, but that compression, and he loves Bruce Lee. And there are pictures of Pavel blowing up and busting those, what do you call them? Not hot things you put in your bag, the rubber things you put in the bag, hot air bottles, hot water bottles, blows them up. That's the compression that he's getting. He puts goggles on, and that's a good way to kill yourself. If you blow it up and you let it go back into your lungs, you're dead. Don't do it. Okay. But anyway, compression, guys, that is what we were after, and this is what kettlebell gives you. And not only get in the best shape of your life, even into your advanced age, but it is a wonderful way to get into shape. You can contact me about that too. It's the same prices that I charge for a lesson. $50 for half an hour. That is my going rate, $100 an hour. I train lots of athletes by Skype, the whole 9 yards. And guys, I'm teaching athletics the same way I'm teaching trumpet, with huge success, by the way. Anyway, that's it. I'll try to get something up, honk a couple notes for you this afternoon. But anyway, eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power, not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.